I did not do this.
How are we doing today?
On camera.
Alrighty, so we have officially built up enough of a knowledge base on the early Cold War that the fun facts can now return. So, Vita, start us off. Fun fact on the Cold War.
It kind of like the big three had a meeting and it kind of started the whole thing. Like,
Yes, yeah, there was the Yalta Conference at the end of World War II, and then there was the Potsdam Conference at the beginning of 1945. Yes, absolutely. Thank you. Emma, what do you got? Or Emery? Every time.
Russian officials thought that the building in the center of the Pentagon was a secret meeting room. In reality, it was a hot dog stand.
That's fantastic.
Oh my god.
Fantastic.
That is one.
Emma, what do you got?
Russia was trying to push communism onto other countries.
Yes, indeed. They absolutely were. Thank you. Miles, what do you got?
The United States was completely against the spread of communism.
1000%. Could not be more against it. Absolutely. Thank you. Chancel, what do we got?
Greece was in desperate need of financial and economic assistance.
Yes, indeed they were. Absolutely. Thank you. Blue, what do you got?
The Truman Doctrine was basically giving money to Greece and Turkey to help them fight communism.
Yes, 1000%. Absolutely. Thank you. Patrick, what do we got?
The Soviet Union's army was the biggest in the world.
Yes, it was. It was an absolutely massive army. Thank you. Booker, what do we got?
Space was an important arena for the Cold War, and it even led to the creation of NASA.
Yes, it did. Absolutely. Linda, what do we got?
The Soviet Union were thought to be at fault for the Cold War.
Yes. Yeah. The Soviets blamed the Americans. The Americans blamed the Soviets. Absolutely. Timmy, what do you got?
The Marshall Plan wanted to rebuild European economies.
Yes. Yes, it did. Aiden, what do we got?
NATO was formed during the Cold War.
Yes, indeed it was. We will learn about when NATO was formed later today. Owen, what do you got? The what was? Yes, the Marshall Plan was through yes. Right. No, I get what you mean. All right, Hudson, what do we got?
After the U.S. found out that the Soviet Union was making atomic bombs, they tried to make a hydrogen bomb.
Yes. Yes, indeed. Absolutely. Amelia, what do we got?
the Soviets under the U.S. delayed the war so that they would have a higher chance of winning, having further the
Yeah, that's good. That's the blame and responsibility slinging on both sides just was absolutely amazing. Thank you. I appreciate it. Mason, what do we got?
One of the strategies America used in the Cold War was called containment.
Say that one more time. People were talking
The
to me.
strategy the U.S. used in the Cold War was called containment.
Yes, the policy of the Cold War was called containment. Absolutely. Autumn, what do we got? Yes, indeed. Absolutely. Kylo, what do we got? Yes, indeed. Absolutely. Corey, what do we got?
It was called the Cold War because there was no direct engagement between the United States and the Soviet Union.
Yes, indeed. There were armed conflicts that happened during this time period. Absolutely. However, American soldiers did not physically exchange bullets with Soviet soldiers. Yes, absolutely. King, what do we got?
The Cold War lasted about 45 years.
Yes, indeed it did. Absolutely. All right. Christian, what do we got?
Churchill's opinion on communism was that they didn't want us to start another war, but they wanted to get all of get Europe and all the rewards from.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Tay, fun fact, what do you got? Okay, all right. Have one for me tomorrow, right?
Okay.
Nate, last but not least, what do we got?
Truman ignored the warnings from Henry Wallace about the Soviet perspective.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And then Truman asked Wallace to resign from his administration in response to that letter that he wrote. Absolutely. Excellent. Alrighty, guys, thank you very much for that. So, what is going to be happening today is we are going to be doing a Cold War vocabulary scavenger hunt. There is you're going to get out your Chromebooks here in just a minute. There is a slide deck on our Google Classroom. I will flash words that are posted around the room. I will flash them on the screen. They will stay on the screen for 30 seconds while you come up with a definition of based on what you know and what you've learned. If you don't have anything, that is perfectly okay. And then once that happens, we will pair up and we will bounce around the room to find the actual definitions of these 12 terms. You will summarize the definition in your own words, and then you will share that. You will each share that definition with your partner, and you will on the slide deck you will write in your shared definition in the "What We Learned" column that I'll show you guys here in just a second. So before we begin, who does not have their Chromebook ready to it's not working today, or they don't have it? Show of hands. Show them proud. 1, 2. Okay. All right. While I get the slide deck opened up and get you guys packets, pull out your Chromebooks, get to your Google Classroom, please.
That was me, bro.
Yes, absolutely. And Chanel, you need one too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Emery wants one too.
3, 4. So glad we did
Just a mullet. Just a mullet.
1 for you. 1 for you. You're welcome. 1 for you. 1 for you. And last but not least, 1 for you.
You mean super soft pie?
Yeah.
Whoa.
You know, because the freezing is
great, bro. No, no.
Giovanni right there.
Oh, and I forgot to mention this. Make an individual copy of this slide deck, please. Yeah, Cold War vocabulary scavenger hunt.
It's just the elements.
It's almost like I'm wearing Crocs, and I step in like a house, and then like not freezing.
I've almost been
My dogs were freezing.
I had a close call earlier. I literally did this, and I almost died.
Yeah, and then you can record it.
This might be the worst my
We
dog.
shot the bar. Yeah, because it was hard, bro.
I just cleansed mine.
Yeah.
Okay, work with me.
Love it. My roast.
There it is.
What?
How much for you to submit for my dogs?
$100.
That's it?
I do it for free.
Go pay you.
Alrighty, we've got our slide deck open.
No way.
Slide deck's open. Alrighty, so
I paid
Oh my god, bro, that's 12.
alrighty, so we all have made a copy of the slide deck, have we not?
Working.
Excellent. Working on it. Perfect. Alrighty, like I said, we will go through these, the 12, there are 12 terms in the slide deck. There are 12 terms taped around the room. You will write down a definition for each word in your slide deck. Your first definition that you're coming up with here on the fly, write down in the "What I Think" column. And then we will number off. You'll find a number partner. Pick a card around the room. Read the definition. Individually summarize on your "What I Know" column right next to "What I Think." And then each partner shares with each other, and you come together to create the "What We Learned" column. So got get a timer going. We'll have 30 seconds for each to come up with the definition for each term. Yo.
If you like absolutely know who it is, you just write nothing or write I don't know or what do you write?
You write a scratch, and I don't know, some sort of emoji, something. Yeah, you are, if we're having an on-the-spot brain jam and just like, I don't know, I can't come up with anything, you just write that you don't know in the what I think column. Alrighty, so here's what the layout looks like. First definition goes here, second one with your group, third one with your group. Alrighty, and up first is communism. 30 seconds starts now. Yes, absolutely.
Already?
Well, I don't know what it is, yeah.
What I think. Well,
You don't know what it is?
I know what I did.
You know what's bubble guppies?
Which episode?
With the friend.
Oh, like 45 seconds.
Ooh. I like.
Yes, the what we learned. Yeah.
Bro, you could pick any of the bubble guppies.
No, literally.
It's fun.
You hear that voice?
I didn't know that's what I meant.
Banger show though.
Before I'm saying he was.
Before preschool, every day bubble guppies.
Yeah. Sharon.
Alrighty, and up next, term number two. Term number two, Stalinism. Come up with the definition of what you think it means. Now, 30 seconds.
So you do what you think, what you know,
Right?
know.
The Joseph Stalin.
And what we've learned is what our group
No, what?
like makes it do.
finish it.
Stalin.
Finish the levels, bro. I did, bro.
Hey, don't push him.
I finished it.
Okay. I think that's the real definition.
Yeah.
Patrick, what do you think about Stalin? What do you think?
Valid.
Excellent. Term number three, containment, and 30 seconds.
What I think.
Excellent. Up next, the Marshall Plan. 30 seconds starts now.
I'm gonna step ahead.
Yeah, in the what I think column, absolutely.
What?
Just write I don't know in your what I think column if nothing's coming to you as we go through these slides, because you will get the definitions by the time you walk out of the door today. What I know that'll come in phase 2 here in just a second. Alrighty, next term, the Truman Doctrine. 30 seconds. Excellent. Up next is North Atlantic Treaty Organization, otherwise known as NATO. 30 seconds starts now. Excellent. Up next, House Un-American Activities Committee. 30 seconds starts now. House Un-American Activities Committee.
What's happening?
Okay. Excellent. After that comes McCarthyism. And 30 seconds starts now. Excellent. Up next is the Soviet Bloc / Eastern Bloc. 30 seconds starts now. Excellent. Up next, Satellite Nations, and your 30 seconds starts now. Excellent. Up next, final couple terms, the Berlin Airlift. 30 seconds starts now. Excellent. And last but not least, and for our vocab terms today, the Iron Curtain. Come up with a definition of what you think the Iron Curtain is in the next 30 seconds, starting now. Excellent. Alrighty, now we get to phase 2. So I observed that we've got 12 cards posted around the room, and as luck would have it, we have 24 people. So pair up. Find a partner. Pair up. Pair up. Pair up. Pair up. No one should be without a partner. Got 24 people and 12 turns. Let's pair up. Excellent.
Well, I know.
Alrighty.
Damn, Patrick.
Alrighty. Are we all partnered up and ready to go?
Yeah.
Okay, so how this is going to work. You are going to choose a card at random. I am standing next to McCarthyism. So, I come up to McCarthyism. I read the definition. McCarthyism was the fear-founded practice of leveling wild, often fictitious, which means fake, accusations against Americans suspected of either being communists in the present or prior years, like when I was a younger man, I was a communist, or being soft on communism's ideals. And so then I write, I say McCarthyism was the act of leveling wild accusations against someone suspected of being a communist. And these accusations were often fake. And so I tell that to Timmy. Timmy tells me his definition, and we write down combined definition in our What We Learned column, something that Timmy and I have learned together, okay? And then it tells me, oh, you need to find the House Un-American Activities card, which is back there. So if it directs you to go to a particular card, you pick up your body and you move to that card and repeat this process. If there is a card that doesn't say to go to a specific card, pick a card at random. Because there are 5 or 7 cards that don't tell you to go to another card in particular. Sound good? We on the same page here? Excellent. What's the question? If you go to one and it tells you to go, if you've already been there, pick a different one. Yeah. All right. Partner up and break. Let's go.
Let's go, bro.
What did you just say?
Nate, will you work with Owen, please?
Excuse me. My fault. In my way, bro.
I've heard this. Okay.
It's actually a partnership.
Partners!
Partners!
2, not 3. That's trio.
That's true.
I want to be partner.
Basically, the Soviets. I don't know. What's the one I know?
I think only.
What's the difference between the what I know and the what I know?
What I know, you just write down from there. And what we learned is
For my midterm observation.
So I read this and whatever. Just hear it.
we're going to
In the what I know.
contain this.
I said keeping communism. We have to hike out the